Normandy, do you copy? We're under attack!
Incoming transmission from Novaria.
Normandy! Are you there? Repeat, requesting immediate aid! Please! Please!
Request denied.
This is a sci-fi story. You're Commander Shepard, and you're on board what's called the SSV Normandy.
Yeah, it's sexually ambiguous Commander Shepard on the SS Normandy.
And you are basically given the task to recover a beacon that was created by an ancient race called the Protheans.
The Protheans made this object as a sort of way of finding out where this mass relay is. And that's the main sort of quest in the game, is to find this mass relay by finding artifacts and that sort of thing.
And you find out that one of the government's own specters has actually gone rogue, and he's basically allied himself with a synthetic alien race called the Geth, and he's using them as his army to help him reach his goals. You know, they kept the story pretty simple.
Yeah. The strength is less with the story, more with the characters, which is a really good thing with an RPG.
Gameplay works out is it's kind of like
a cross between an over-the-shoulder third-person one. It's got a bit of tactical to it, but I never used it.
Yeah, I fell in love with it. You can control 3 characters at a time, including the main character. You can assign different weapons to each character and different skills and biotics.
It's the force, if you will. And I mean, equipping weapons is all good and stuff, but halfway through I got confused because I had so many and so much crap to go with them that I was just like, what the fuck am I doing, you know?
Yeah.
The AI is pretty strong, but some of the pathfinding can be a bit iffy. Like, you tell them to go to this point, and we're like,
run into a wall or something like that.
Cannot reach there.
The whole overall presentation was just so fantastic and, you know, close to immaculate that the glitches in the game, you know, didn't really pose that big of a problem. It almost feel like you were more willing to go through what would hinder any other normal game
to find out what's
going on. Yeah.
The story is really kind of interesting in that way. With the ice planet and the aliens that are sort of there, and then you got this moral choice that shows up at the end.
The moral choices are just great. There's so many choices that you have. You can choose to be a nice guy and follow what's called the Paragon path, or the more evil path, which is the Renegade path.
The problem that I find with that is with a lot of the RPGs lately that have that moral sort of thing, there's no gray area. It's either like in your conversation choices, it's either like, fuck you, I hate you, or I love you, be my friend.
Yeah.
It's not like... And I find with the classes, like, there's a few really good classes, and then there's a few really crappy classes that no one will ever pick if they know what's going on.
Exactly.
But the problem is, at the beginning of the game, you have no idea.
Yeah.
So you could pick a really shitty class, and then later in the game, you're like, oh shit, I can't kill this guy. What am I gonna do?
I mean, I think they made the soldier class a little too easy, because they made the soldier class able to master all the weapons.
Yeah.
He's able to equip the best armors. And so he's just the all-around generic class.
If you play KOTOR, there's so much like it. It's uncanny. It's kind of like how BioShock was with System Shock 2. There's a lot of weird things where it's like, hey, this is just like in Knights of the Old Republic. I think I've played this all before. And even like the menus, like the inventory menu kind of looks like it. There's a lot of different planets that you travel to and you can do different missions. Some of them you're in your Mako, which is like an APC sort of thing. You control it kind of like in Halo.
Has jets that shoot downward that propel you up to dodge incoming fire. And you can shoot like a huge cannon that can destroy turrets and people in basically 1 to 2 shots. But you can traverse anywhere in the Milky Way. And when you traverse the different planets, they give what I would think pretty good information on the planets. And overall, I think BioWare continues to prove to the industry that they are, in fact, the best storytellers in the industry.
Yeah, and I just want to point something out. If you've read online that this is some sort of explicit sex simulator that's going to corrupt all the children and lead us all to hell, Yeah, it's completely wrong. That's a complete fallacy. That it's not even in the game at all. You don't even see boobs. Don't see nipples.
You see Steam.
Yep.
And
Side ass.
yeah. I can't wait to see the next 2 installments for Mass Effect. And overall, I would probably give it a 95% Renegade score.
And I thought that it was a bit rehashed from Knights of the Old Republic, and I want to give a message to the developers out there right now. Please stop remaking your old games and renaming stuff. It's getting old. I mean, we had BioShock and now Mass Effect. Anyway, overall, I give it an 85% Paragon score.
Many decisions lie ahead. None of them easy.